shotgun snap, wings it into the end zone, and nicely is there, makes the catch at the touchdown.
It's time for Case Western Reserve football. Today's game is brought to you by Rascal House Pizza, nothing but good stuff in the heart of University Circle. The Intercontinental Hotel, featuring the Table 45 restaurant and bar. By Hampton Inn, we love having you here. RTA, Public Square to University Circle and 20 minutes flat on the RTA Health Line. Quiznos at University Circle, love what you eat. By Riley Painting and Contracting, we know our customers' needs. The Euclid Tavern, a great bar in University Circle. And by the Doubletree Cleveland Downtown Lakeside Hotel, an official hotel partner of Case Athletics.
Bobby Bott takes the football at his own 17, breaks through the line, out to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, down to the 40, to the 30, he's on the far sideline, to the 20, to the 10, he takes it in for a touchdown.
Case Football is an exclusive presentation of Case Western Reserve Athletics and Salem Communications. Now for all the hard-hitting action of Spartan football, here's Dave Wilson and Ed Doherty.
It's a glorious fall afternoon here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Welcome to Case Western Reserve football. We're at Carnegie Mellon University today as the Spartans take on the Carnegie Mellon Tartans in University Athletic Association action. The game is underway as Sam Coffey booms the opening kickoff into the end zone, and it's caught there for a touchback by Carnegie Mellon's return man Jared DeLello. And this game is underway. David Wilson along with Ed Doherty here at Carnegie Mellon University, Gessling Stadium. And the Spartans looking to go 2-0 in the conference. Both of these teams won their conference opener, so this is a key game.
Well, this is the big game. This will decide most likely the conference championship. Should Case win here, they'll be 2-0 going into a game against Washington University, and it would pretty much guarantee at least a share for the tie in the University Athletic Association.
So Carnegie Mellon with the opening possession of the football game. They will keep it on the ground to start things off, and we'll be saying that a lot today. Justin Pratt gets the carry, the junior fullback out of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. He picks up 3 yards, and it's second down and 7. Carnegie Mellon is 5-3 on the season. Case, of course, 8-0. Currently ranked 7th in Division III by the American Football Coaches Association and 9th in the D3 Football.com poll. And so either way you slice it, at a top 10 ranking for Case.
And an opportunity to improve on this because this is a quality opponent, unlike some of the teams they've faced in the past.
Phil Pantalone is the quarterback. He hands it end around on the right side, carried there by Andrew Lavrovich, the senior out of Seattle, Washington. He breaks it for big yardage out across the 40 and knocked down at the 44-yard line.
Carnegie Mellon runs that wing T, that triple option, if you will, and it's a lot of misdirection, a lot of inside traps, and with that, Case got caught looking into the middle as they bit on the first play fake to Justin Pratt, the fullback, and Lavrovich was able to take it around the right end.
Lavrovich with a 21-yard pickup there. They'll flip it out, caught at midfield, down to the 45, near the 42, caught by Brendan Howe, their top receiver. He's a senior, 6'5", 215, makes the grab and gets into Case territory, tackled at the 41-yard line.
Well, he picked up 10 yards after the catch, and that was because he broke a tackle by Bobby Bott. Uncharacteristic of Bott to miss a open field tackle like that.
15-yard pickup on the pass play, 1st and 10, Carnegie Mellon Tartans. They're in their home maroon uniforms with the maroon helmets, the black shoes. Case in their traveling white uniforms with the blue stripe. Now they will go back and hand it up the middle, grinding ahead. This is Christopher Garcia's first carry of the day. Garcia, a sophomore out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He breaks across the 40 and gets down to the 36-yard line. And Carnegie Mellon moving the ball well here in the opening drive of the football game.
Well, Dave, you mentioned it, that Carnegie Mellon would prefer to run the football. In fact, 80% of their offensive plays are on the ground. Coming into the weekend, they've had 517 offensive plays, and 407 of them have gone on the ground. So if they can, they would prefer just to get 4 yards, 5 yards a crack and keep the clock running.
Little misdirection play here. They go to Garcia again. He breaks a tackle, gets to the 30, down to the 25, and knocked out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Another missed tackle by Case. That time Mike Peliak came up at the 35, had a first look at him, Garcia put a move, and Peliak wasn't able to bring him down, and with that, an extra 11 yards for the Tartans.
Derek Sharp and Lisa Sala finally knock him out of bounds, stopping the clock. Actually, they keep it going now. Thought they did get him out of bounds. 12:28 to go. First quarter action, no score. Here in Pittsburgh today, bright and sunny, unseasonably warm at 64 degrees. At the start of this football game today, Garcia gets the call again, trying to turn the corner, but Lisa Sala catches up to him behind the line of scrimmage and tackles Garcia for a loss. They'll mark him back to the 27-yard line. Lisa Sala, the 5'10 senior out of Katanning, PA, with his team-high 56th tackle of the year.
Well, for Case, the objective today is going to be stay at home. It's gap integrity. It's stay on your side of the field. Don't overreact to some of the misdirections or fake handoffs by this offense of Carnegie Mellon.
They'll put a man in motion. Now Pantalone back to throw. Little screen pass. It's caught out there by Labrovich. Actually, that's Justin Pratt on the receiving end of that little screen pass up the middle, and he gets across the 25 down to the 24.
Give Adam Watson credit. Watson was in a down lineman position for Case, and he recognized screen, turned around, and pursued it from the backside, brought down Pratt back at the original line of scrimmage.
Pratt's 7th catch of the year. They do go to their receivers quite often. Garcia has 15 catches on the year. In the huddle right now with 11:10 to go. First quarter, no score. Football marked on the Case 24-yard line.
Carnegie Mellon's version of the spread offense.
Yeah, they get 4 receivers in the game, 3 on the right side. Pantalone back to throw. Now he'll step through, run it himself to the 20, down to the 15, and he makes for the sideline and gets out of bounds.
And he got the first down. He knew where he needed to go. He took a peek to the far side of the field before he stepped out of bounds, and he needed 10. He picked up 11. That's the veteran quarterback, Phil Pantalone, knowing where he was on the field, saw a lot of green in front of him as Case and Carnegie Mellon had flooded the right side of the field, and Pantalone had plenty of room on the near side, the left side of the formation.
1st and 10, he stepped out of bounds at the 13-yard line. This season, opponents, Ed, have scored on their opening drive just once against the Spartans, just 1 out of 8. Now Labrovich gets the carry as he was in motion and tried to cut it back upfield. He's knocked down by Rich Doolin. As he picks up a yard, it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the Case 12.
Well, this will be a test of wills as the rushing offense for Carnegie Mellon averages 185 yards a game on the ground, but the Case defense, the defense for Case gives up just 88 yards per game running the football.
10 minutes to go, 5 minutes gone by already here in the first quarter as Carnegie Mellon keeps that ground game moving the clock. Now Pantalone hands it off. This is Labrovich, tries to turn the right side, but he is tackled by Bobby Bott and Jeff Brown as he is wiped out back at the 15-yard line.
Well, see, and that's the pursuit that you're going to have on this kind of afternoon. When that offense wants to swing it to the far side or spread it out, you as a defender, especially the front 7 for Case, really have to commit to an area almost like a zone defense, stay there, wait for the play to come to them and not over pursue.
Yeah, they really do have guys moving all over the place here and can give it to any one of them on any play. Rich Lackner is the coach of the Carnegie Mellon Tartans in his 24th season here at Carnegie Mellon. He has built quite a career. He's a Western Pennsylvania Hall of Famer. Pantalone calls out the signals, steps back, short drop, now he'll hand it off. This is Labrovich, cuts it up the middle, gets inside the 10, down close to the 6-yard line as he picks up 8 yards. And again, there you go, Ed. A little bit of misdirection there. He goes flipping up the middle, gets close to first down yardage, but he's a little short. It'll be 4th down, and they'll send on the field goal unit.
Well, everything went right for Carnegie Mellon on this drive, except they did not get in the end zone. Case, again, a little bit maybe shell-shocked from the wing tee that they run a lot better and more effective than what we saw with Ohio Wesleyan.
They'll set it up for the field goal. This will be a 23-yard attempt. Looks like they might put it spotted more close to the 14. Here is the kick, and it is low, and it may have been partially deflected, but it is good. It sneaks in just over the crossbar, and it's good for a Tartans 3-0 lead.
There are no style points.
No, it wasn't pretty, but it goes for 3, and Carnegie Mellon jumps on the board first with 8:24 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Case ball when we come back on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
Case's Spartan Football on the Word.
Elliot Carnival with the 24-yard field goal. And the Tartans are on the board, leading it by a score of 3-0.
That's just his fourth field goal in the season. 4 of 5 now for Carnival.
So the drive stalled out at about the 6-yard line. But they come up with 3. And the kickoff on its way to Case. It'll be fielded by Bobby Bott at the 15, 20, 25, out to the 30, still on his feet, breaks it out to the 40-yard line before he is ankle tackled and dragged down to the turf. Nicely done by Sam Thompson, the freshman out of Alcoa, Tennessee. Stopped Bott from breaking off a huge return, but a good one nonetheless, all the way out to the 40. 25-yard return for Bobby Bott, who had a key return last week against Chicago, starting a very nice Case drive.
Set up the drive that really put him ahead early in the fourth quarter. It shortened the field and allowed the Spartans to grind it out, pick up that key touchdown, go up 31-24 on the Maroons at that point in the football game.
Here come the Spartans now on offense. Dan Whalen, the senior quarterback, will set up in the shotgun. Greg Meyer is in at fullback. That's a run.
That's a live ball. Oh.
Meyer out of the backfield drops the pass.
That side judge ruled it incomplete, but that pass was definitely backwards.
Yeah, it was very close, but they do rule it an incomplete pass as Meyer somehow dropped that football. He's over there very upset with himself. That one hit him right in the hands as they were looking to go on the screen pass in the first play of the drive. Second down and 10 Case. Whalen from the shotgun. Derek Bush checks in now for the Spartans at tailback. 3 receivers set. Now Whalen will hand it to Bush on a draw play straight up the middle, gets to the 45 and is tripped up right there. 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5 for the Spartans. Whalen, the senior, 6'1", 190 out of Willoughby. Throwing so far this season for 2,424 yards, which ranks 9th in Division III. 28 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for the Spartan standout. He'll go on the run, fire it out to Colasar across midfield. He makes the catch. It'll be a first down for the Spartans as Colasar is knocked out of bounds at the Tartan 48-yard line.
Well, Whalen rolled to his right. That pass got away from him. It was high. Colasar did a nice job. Got up off the ground, extended out fully. Caught the football just past the first down marker. The Case has moved the chains on their first offensive possession.
Colasar with his 21st catch of the year. Now Whalen barks out the signals with Checkett in the backfield. He'll drop back to throw, fires it downfield, middle of the field, knocked down incomplete, intended for Cowdrick. Defensive coverage provided by Socrates Zacharias, the senior outside linebacker out of Pittsburgh.
It was just kind of a wheel route down the middle of the field by Cowdrick. Really not a sharp move to the middle of the field, more floated from the hash marks to the middle, and Zacharias was there to knock the football away as he just bubbled back from his linebacker position.
Second down and 10 for Case from the Carnegie Mellon 48-yard line. 3-0 Tartans. They will go back, hand the football to Meyer, and he is tackled before he can get too far upfield. Might have gotten a yard. Tried to break around the right side and is tackled for a short gain. Third down coming up for the Spartans. It'll be third, a long 8. What a game Meyer had last week. Career-high rushing game of 142 yards on 14 carries.
Well, including the 59-yard touchdown run that put the game away in the fourth quarter. He broke it off the left side and just sprinted his way to the end zone in Case would go up by 2 scores after that touchdown.
Meyer has had 2 big games in a row for Case. Now they will flip it back to Whalen in the shotgun. He'll go out to Cowdrick, makes the catch, 40, down to the 35, 30, grabbed by the jersey from behind, and yanked out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line. 16-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, Cowdrick had come back into the middle of the field to show support off a potential blitz, kind of got lost in the middle, drifted behind the linebackers, and was wide open crossing the field, and Whalen checked down to him And the Spartans pick up the first down.
Tim Cowdrick, his 41st reception of the season. Tied for the team lead in touchdown catches with Zach Homick with 8 scoring passes on the year. Case now with the football marked at the 29-yard line of Carnegie Mellon. Meyer checks back in the backfield. 3 receiver set, 2 on the right side. They will go to Meyer. He gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage, falls forward, maybe back to where they started.
Devin Murray came in from his outside linebacker position for the tackle, but more importantly, Meyer never really got started in that play. He stumbled as he went to get the handoff, and that threw the whole rhythm off and allowed Murray to pursue from the backside.
Second down and 10 for Case. 5:55 to go first quarter. 3-0 Carnegie Mellon. We're at Gesling Stadium here on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University. Absolutely gorgeous day here today. Bright and sunny. They'll swing it out to Homick. Makes the catch. Breaks it back middle of the field. Down the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown Spartans. Zach Homick with the catch and run. It's a 29-yard touchdown pass from Whalen to Zach Homick, the junior out of Chicago, Illinois, with his 9th touchdown catch of the year.
You know, in hockey they give assists, Dave, for touchdown or for goals, and on that one the touchdown should get an assist. Sean Nicely with a fabulous block that sprung Homick to the middle of the field. Homick did a nice job waiting on his 2 offensive linemen, and then the key block by Nicely.
Coffey on for the point after kick. Colasar will hold it. Here is the kick. It is up and it is good. Coffey makes it a 7-3 Case lead with 5:41 to go here in the first quarter. We'll step aside for this timeout. Back with more in just a moment on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Looking for an extraordinary dining experience where you enjoy the ambiance as well as the menu? Table 45 Restaurant and Bar is the award-winning restaurant in the Intercontinental Cleveland, offering world cuisine created by accomplished local chef Zach Brule. The atmosphere at Table 45 is relaxed yet inspiring, with weekday chill-out happy hours, a behind-the-scenes chef's table, a lunch and 45 express menu, and monthly interactive cooking demonstrations. 216-707-4045 for reservations. That's 216-707-4045 or visit tbl45.com.
Spartan football on AM 1220, The Word.
Nick Miller is our studio engineer today, back at the Salem headquarters. David Wilson, Ed Doherty back here in Pittsburgh. What a gorgeous day we have. 64 degrees at game time, bright and sunny. It's like an August game here today almost, Ed, as the Spartans kick it back to the Tartans. End-over-end kick by Coffey. Coming down to the 5-yard line. Be returned by the Tartans out across the 20, 25-30. And that's where the return is snuffed out. Carried back on the return by Jake Nardone, the freshman out of Beaver, PA.
Zach Haas on the coverage for Case. Haas put his shoulder into Nardone right there at the 30-yard line. Didn't let him get any further.
Case will come back out defensively, now leading it by a score of 7-3. Both teams scoring on their opening drive. Case now making it 8 out of 9, Ed, putting points on the board on the opening drive of games this year.
They have 6 touchdowns, 2 field goals. It's impressive when you can play from ahead.
They will hand this one straight up the middle. Power running by Justin Pratt, the junior fullback, 6 feet tall, 215 pounds. And he rams it ahead out to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 8, second down and 2 for the 5-3 Carnegie Mellon Tartans.
Well, we talked about Carnegie Mellon's objective is to keep that clock moving. In fact, on the season, their games only average 2 hours and 32 minutes, and that included a shootout that went nearly 3 hours earlier in the season. So if you take that out of the mix, Carnegie Mellon averages about 2:15 a game in total clock time.
Keeping it straight up the middle again, looking for the first down. Pratt gets it as he powers his way ahead for about 4 yards this time. Gets out to the 42. First and 10. Carnegie Mellon. And, of course, this game today, Ed, our long-running gag with nicknames that rhyme. We still have not come up with any others in the world of sports. But Tartans and Spartans going at it here today, one of our favorite days of the year.
That's right.
I do have one to throw out there, but it's not quite... It's shortened names, which really doesn't count in this search that we're doing. Pantalone goes back. He'll be sacked in the backfield. Might have gotten turned around.
Wow, Dale English doing a nice job. He not only ran through a double team, but he blew up Justin Pratt, the fullback, went over the top of Pratt and brought Pantalone down for the sack.
5.5 sacks now on the season for Dale English, the sophomore out of Middleburg Heights. Sacks Pantalone back at the 37-yard line.
See, those are the kind of plays that Carnegie Mellon can't afford to have because their offense isn't designed to pick up 15 or 18 yards in 2 plays.
Man in motion. Now Pantalone will go back. They'll hand this one to Garcia. Tries to pick his way forward, and he'll be thrown down. They'll give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage at the 37, but they're looking now at a 3rd down and 15.
We'll see, now that becomes the situation where now the Case defense can really key on a pass because Carnegie Mellon, even with the misdirection, they can sit back a little bit. They don't have to pursue as hard because now they're just protecting 15 yards as opposed to 3 or 4 if Carnegie Mellon's offense gets into a rhythm.
7-3 Case, 3:20 to go, first quarter. Here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania today. Case trying to go 9-0. Pantalone in trouble as he rolls out. Hit as he throws. It's incomplete. English was on top of him again. Doolin was back there as well. One of them was going to get Pantalone, but he did get rid of the football, and it's 4th down and 14.
Now the Case defensive front did a lot of switching. It was almost like they were looking for a strong side and a weak side with the front 4 of Watson, Doolin, May, and English. In fact, 2 of them didn't even get down into a stance. They were standing up on the edges when the ball was snapped, and a heavy rush on Pantalone.
Richard Pattison is the punter. Pattison waiting and standing back near his own 25, and he will punt this one high, and a spiraling kick will go out of bounds. It's a short kick as the official keeps running up the sideline. He'll mark it out of bounds exactly on the 35-yard line. Case will start out on their own side of the field
only at
the 35.
28-yard kick for Pattison, averaging almost 40 yards per kick this season.
Case offense will come back out on the field after the defense holds. Big sack in there by Dale English.
And more pressure by that front 4 of Case.
Whalen will come out, eye in the backfield with Checken and Meyer. They stack 3 receivers on the far left side, and Case burns a timeout. Greg Debelak, the head coach of the Spartans, not very happy with someone over there, and they burn a timeout. And we'll keep it here during the timeout, but Case now with 2 remaining here in the first half, leading it by a score of 7-3. Okay, so if the Cavaliers and the Mavericks play during the NBA season, you could conceivably have the Cavs and the Mavs. So, but that's shortening. That's stretching. That is. We cannot think of another pair of nicknames in sports that rhyme the way Spartans and Tartans.
See, if this was Syracuse University, there could never be one that rhymed because no English word rhymes with orange.
Correct. 3:06 to play first quarter. We digress. 7-3 Case. Whalen will go back and hand to Meyer, trying to break it around the left side. Has Checken blocking for him, and he ends up getting a couple of yards before he's hit and dropped near the 38-yard line. About a 3-yard pickup. A Tartan player is shaken up. They'll stop the clock with 2:53 showing on the first quarter clock as they take a look at the player. Can't quite see the number out there.
It might be Andrew Medenbach, the sophomore defensive end.
Is down on one knee now as he starts to try and get up. Looks like he will be okay. Case leading at 7-3 on a 29-yard touchdown pass from Whalen to Zach Homick. Whalen's 29th of the year. Whalen comes in with a 184.9 passer rating, which is 3rd in all of Division III. Currently ranked 9th in total offense in D3 at 322.5 yards a game. Whalen having a big-time season as the Spartans have climbed up the polls, ranked 7th in Division III.
Well, Whalen's accounted for now 33 offensive touchdowns for the Spartans, including the 60-yard run last week.
Yeah, broke it off in the first quarter as Case got on the board. Knocked off Chicago last week, 38-24. Case with 209 points in their last 4 games. 2:53 to go. Medenbach is off, and Tartan's ready to go again. Whalen calling out the signal. 2nd down. Whalen back to throw, goes across his body, back to Homick, makes the catch, gets out to the 44.
And going to be just short of the first down. Homick thought he had it. That stood up and planted right at the 45.
Nice defensive stop by Carnegie Mellon just before the first down marker. Football resting just shy of the 45.
Do I get a guess as to what this play will be?
Well, we got a full house backfield in there with Corey Checken right in the middle. Short yardage situation. Checken specialty. They'll give it to Corey Checken. He has the first down as he gets out close to the 48-yard line, and the senior does his job as he does every week so well. Only one negative yard for Corey Checken this year as he gets the first down on that, his 45th carry of the year.
Just once I'd like to call an offensive play. Either that or I'm going to call victory formation.
Not hard to make the call for Checken on a play with it's less than a yard to go, whether it's on the goal line or for a first down. He is almost automatic. Whalen takes the snap, rolls to his right, flips it out to Colasar, makes the catch at the 45, steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 8-yard pickup, and another first down for Case.
Well, on that play, Whalen really took the snap and sprinted to the outside, got outside the tackle box, outside the hash marks, and hit his receiver right in the hands. Now, Dave, you and I got here about 2.5 hours before the game, and we watched Whalen and his receivers warm up, and that was really something that Whalen was working on 2 hours before the game, was that sprint rollout to both sides of the field and hitting his receivers outside the numbers.
I said 8. It was a 12-yard pickup. First down Case all the way to the Carnegie Mellon 40-yard line, leading it by a score of 7-3. 1:29 to go, first quarter. Whalen takes the snap. They'll hand it up the middle to Bill Deitman. Flag comes out, our first of the day. Deitman fights his way up to the 37-yard line. And we've got a holding penalty against Case, so this one will be marched back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Another injured Carnegie Mellon player at the site of the tackle. Player down there is Matt Benty. They're taking a look at him. He is flat on his stomach right now. The ball will be marked back all the way to midfield. They'll sit this one down at the center line, Ed.
Well, it looked like one of the offensive linemen got an arm out and really kind of just armbar Michael Redner coming on a linebacker blitz for Carnegie Mellon. And it was more out of self-defense and to protect Deitman from getting absolutely flattened in the backfield. So they gave up the yardage to protect the running back.
Bente is shaken up. Still down on the field. 1:22 to play here in the first quarter. Great to have you with us today for Spartans football, as Case looks to go 9-0. They won here at this field in overtime 2 years ago on a Sam Coffey field goal that kept Case's undefeated season alive back in 2007. Whalen will go from the shotgun here.
That's Benty's left arm that they're immobilizing as he comes to the sideline.
Yeah, he looked like he was in a lot of pain down there on the field. Whalen will roll out, goes for Homick, far sideline, ducks under a tackle, stays on his feet, but then he's wrapped up, never brought down, but they whistle the play dead just short of the 42-yard line.
They're going to say when Homick spun around after avoiding the tackle, he put his knee down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, they'll mark him back a yard for where he was stopped. Spartans pick up 7. It'll be second down and 13 for Case from the Carnegie Mellon 43. Whalen checks off at the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers on the right. Homick is alone on the left. Meyer is in the backfield. Whalen goes back to throw. He'll go deep down the middle of the field. Homick is open. He makes the catch at the 15-yard line. First down, Spartans as they get into the red zone. Homick with a step on his man and is tackled at the 13.
Now Homick beat Sam Thompson in defensive secondary. Thompson's a freshman, Homick a junior, and Homick also about 5 inches taller than Thompson. Was able to get behind him and then almost reach over his shoulder pads and take that ball away from him.
Yeah, you could really tell him he used his size advantage there and hold in that pass. Whalen with first and 10 from the 13. They'll go to Meyer. Meyer is grabbed, loses the football. It's loose, and Carnegie Mellon has it. Recovered at the 20-yard line. Meyer was hit by Michael Redner, the junior linebacker. Ball popped free, and it was recovered by the Tartans. And Case is turned away as they come away empty-handed.
As for Carnegie Mellon, that's their 18th turnover that they've produced as a defense this year. Their 13th fumble recovery. And for Case offensively, they now fall to -10 offensively, but plus 19 on the defensive side. So still plus 9 in that category, but offensively they've committed their 10th turnover.
Score remains 7-3, and they hand it up the middle, carried by Pratt for 10 yards all the way out to the 30-yard line, and that'll very likely be the final play of the first quarter. 8 seconds left, and they'll restart the clock as they move the chains, and that'll be it for the first quarter. Case leading it by a score of 7-3. We'll have second quarter action coming up in just a moment here on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Money, 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 ooh, baby, you're gonna save a ton of it this weekend. Man, it's taken weeks to put together, and it's finally here. I can't believe it. Over 500 Hondas have been assembled at one central location for your shopping convenience this holiday weekend. J Honda on the Bedford Auto Mile is the event location. Every Civic, Accord, Pilot, Odyssey, CRV, and Hybrid will be clearly marked and discounted. There's smoking low leases and smoking low rates this weekend. Only at J Honda. If you're buying a Honda this weekend, why would you go anywhere else?
Want to publish your book? You can go the old-fashioned route, waiting on traditional publishers, or you can seize the day with self-publishing at Zulon Press. You make no compromises and reap all the rewards. Zulon Press puts your book into the same bookstores and websites as old-fashioned publishers, but you control it all. To learn more, Zulon Press has a free self-publishing guide at christianpublishing.com. No compromises. All the rewards. Zulon Press. Your free self-publishing guide is at christianpublishing.com.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
So far, so good for the Spartans, leading it by a score of 7-3 as we start play here in quarter number 2 at Gesling Stadium, Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They will hand this one to Garcia, picks his way forward, gets out across the 35-yard line, and is tackled near the 36.
Bobby Bott thinks the ball came loose.
Officials do not agree.
Boy, Bott reacted like the ball was on the ground.
14:45 to go, second quarter just underway. Coming up at halftime today, we're going to talk with Vinny Hokevar, the freshman quarterback who is scheduled to see some time at safety today. Greg Kingscott is out with an injury, so they were a little thin at that position, and Hokevar expected to see some action. They'll go straight up the middle. Pratt with big-time running room out across midfield. Tackled right there as he gets into Case territory at the 49-yard line.
Boy, it's a matter of just keying on a player. At that point, it looks like Case is losing track of where the ball is with all the movement between the traps on the offensive line and the motion of the backs.
Yeah, Zach Haas was finally able to bring him down, but he has a first down. 1st and 10 Tartans, Case 49. Spartans leading it by a score of 7-3. Pratt hits one man, now bounces off a tackle, but he can't get away. Sasala comes in, finishes him off. Had some help over there from Mike Pelyak as well, as the Spartans gang tackle right there, and the ball marked back at the 50 for a 1-yard loss. Nicely done by the Spartans. It'll be 2nd down and 11 from midfield. 7-3 Case, second quarter action. Case 8-0, winners of 29 consecutive regular season games. They will flip this one back to Pantalone. He will throw. Howe makes the catch, spins away from Bobby Bott, hits the deck. Ball comes loose, but he was down at about the 42-yard line. So they make the completion. As we said, they don't throw it often, but Brendan Howe is usually the guy who is on the receiving end. That is his 36th catch of the year, and he is approaching the 500-yard mark in receiving yards on the season.
Well, in the true wing tee, as Carnegie Mellon runs, you only have one receiver in the formation. Your tight end is typically another blocker.
Send out Alex Lum wide to the right this time. 3rd down. They will hand it up the middle, looking for first down yardage on 3rd and 2, and it looks like they have it.
Yeah, by about a half a football, I think they'll get the mark off the left. Wow, they're going to mark him short.
Might be just slightly short. Who carried it that time, Ed? I could not see if it was Garcia or which of the backs it was. Boy,
I thought it was Lavrovich.
It very likely could have been.
Coming off the left wing.
4th down and inches right now. 4th and inches from the 39-yard line of the Spartans, and The Tartans will go for it here. 7-3 Case. Carnegie Mellon with a field goal on their first possession. Case scored on a 29-yard touchdown pass to Zach Homick. They will go back and hand it to Pratt. He has the first down and more to the 35 and tackled near the 34. Paramore got in there. Rich Doolin grabbed onto him as well. Pratt is tough to bring down.
Well, and that offense doesn't change if it's 3rd and a football for a first down or 3rd and 20. It's that same mentality. And as a defense, it's not as if you can key on one player and say, okay, 3rd and short, we know he's going to get the football. And so that makes those situations even harder on the defense as opposed to being in a 3rd and 12.
Pantalone will go back. They will hand this one to Labrovich. Turns around the right side, is tripped up before he can really get upfield. Bobby Bott was there on the tackle at the 32-yard line. They cut him down for a 2-yard gain there. And it could have been a lot more if Bott was not able to bring him down.
Bott got him low, and then Haas really dropped a shoulder into him right as Bott was bringing him down. And that's the kind of play that if Haas can get his shoulders maybe a little bit lower, that can free up the football. Because Bott's got a hold of his feet as he's falling forward, and a big shot coming in from Haas.
Pantalone will go back, hand this one. Little draw play up the middle. That one is carried by Jake Nardone, the freshman, getting into the act, and he is hit and dropped back at the 33, lost a yard,
and he
3rd down and 9.
Ran right up the back of his center, Ross Lapkowitz. Lapkowitz was pulling out to lead the play, or on a trap play, and Nardone just ran right up his back, slowed him down. The Case defense smothered him for a loss of a yard.
Carnegie Mellon losses this year to Hobart, Allegheny, and Wittenberg. They're 5-3 on the season. Garcia in motion. Pantalone back to throw. Goes middle of the field. Caught just inside the 30-yard line. That was Lum who made the catch. And he is tackled at the 27-yard line. It'll be short of the first down by about 3 yards. 4th down and 3 from the Case 27.
Well, Rick Blackner did a nice job of recruiting this year out of White House Station, New Jersey. He got Alex Lum, his future wide receiver in this, and Jared DeLello, his future fullback. Both played together at White House Station, New Jersey.
They'll go for it on 4th and 3. Pantalone will try and throw for the first down. Loops it down the sideline and throws it out of bounds. Looking for Lum down there on a little timing route, but throws it out of bounds. And the Spartans will get it back on downs as the defense holds again.
That was a 5.5-minute possession by Carnegie Mellon, and they came up empty.
Case gets the ball back. The fumble does not come back to haunt the Spartans. They'll take over at the 27-yard line, leading it by a score of 7-3 here in the second quarter. So the defense playing well so far today. 4 receivers set for the Spartans. Whalen brings Deitman into the backfield with him.
Well, through 8.5 games now, the defense has only given up 63 points in the first half.
Back to throw Whalen. He'll go far side. Long pass is caught over there. Cowdrick holds it in at the 45-yard line.
Boy, what a mismatch that Case identified there. Cowdrick was matched up with Devin Murray, the outside linebacker. And Case will take that all day long if they get their top receiver matched up against an outside linebacker in the Mellon defense.
Yeah, Cowdrick definitely had a step there out toward the sideline. Makes the catch for an 18-yard pickup. First down and 10. Whalen takes the handoff, rolls back. He'll go deep downfield. Cowdrick wide open across the 40. Trips and goes down to the turf at the 35-yard line. 20-yard strike to Cowdrick.
There's more of that sprint rollout. This time it was a naked bootleg, but Whalen did a nice job of play faking the ball, and with that, Meyer did a nice job selling the run. Whalen was able to roll to his right, stop, plant, and find a wide open Cowdrick down the field.
9:05 to play, first half. 7-3 Case. Spartans marching into Carnegie Mellon territory now. Football marked at the 35-yard line. They'll go back and hand the ball to Bush. Drops it. Fumble is loose, and Carnegie Mellon has it. Carnegie Mellon comes up with it as the Spartans lose it again. Second fumble of the day. This time, Derek Bush lost the handle on it. The football is recovered at the 39-yard line of the Tartans.
See, here's the problem that Case is going to have later in the football game now, Dave, is the defense is right back on the field. No matter how much the offense moved it, and maybe the table is tipped towards Carnegie Mellon in terms of field advantage, but if that defense has to stay out there at 5-6 minutes a pop and the offense can only get out for a minute, whether or not they move up and down the field or not, that defense is going to begin to wear out, especially from the pounding the running game that Carnegie Mellon can put on them.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. That's an excellent point, Ed. We'll see how it plays out here because the Spartans right back out defensively now on the field after Carnegie Mellon had the ball for the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Pantalone sprinting out to the right. He is grabbed at the ankles, gets away from the first tackle, and then is finally wiped out at about the 41-yard line.
And Brad Paramore with the pursuit from the backside. Paramore's blitz initially is what forced Pantalone to roll to his right and sprint to the sideline.
Zach Haas grabbed him around the ankles, but Pantalone somehow got away and got an extra yard. They mark him down at the 41-yard line. 2-yard pickup, second down and 8. 7-3 Case. 8:20 to go, second quarter. Beautiful afternoon here in Pittsburgh today. 64 degrees at game time.
Look how methodical this Tartan offense is for Carnegie Mellon. They got to the line with 9 seconds on the play clock.
They will go and hand to Pratt. He is tripped up, but still manages to fall ahead. We'll see how far back they mark him. I think his knee went down at the line of scrimmage at the 41.
Yeah, Lee Sasala came with just an all-out blitz, just a boomerang from his linebacker position, just was filling the hole. That's what he wanted to do. And right up next to him, Pratt came, and Sasala got his arm out, tripped him up. Pratt did fall forward, but no gain.
7-3 Case. Both teams have marched deep in the red zone without scoring. Case with 2 fumbles today. Pantalone calls out the signals. Garcia goes in motion. Carnegie Mellon moving left to right. Pratt on a draw play gets out to the 45 and is tackled there. Haas grabbed him, got some late help, and gets Pratt down. And it is going to force a punt situation here as they will be well short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 3. They did not reach midfield here as the Case defense with another solid effort on that series, but they're going over to get some oxygen.
That's still 2 more minutes on the field. We've now played 8 minutes of the quarter. The Case offense has had the ball for just over 60 seconds.
They will punt this one away. Richard Pattison gets the kick off. Boy, that is a nice punt. Deep punt. It goes out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 4, and Case will have 96 yards ahead of them. And oftentimes, Case in this situation feels they have them right where they want them.
Well, and they set that up well through running the football early in the game. And what Case might do is they'll look to the ground game here on first down and then take their shot downfield depending on what they get on first down. If they can get 4 or 5 yards on a running play, then that sets Whalen up to take that shot downfield with Nicely or Caldrick.
Yeah, earlier this year at Worcester, Whalen hooked up with Caldrick on a 94-yard touchdown pass from the 6-yard line. He's directing traffic now. Whalen calling the signals from his own end zone. Takes the snap. They'll pass on first down. Colasar, a crossing route out to the 20, near the 23-yard line. Caldrick comes up a little chippy. Carnegie Mellon and Caldrick. It looked like the player was Josh Kresge, who got into it with Caldrick a little bit. I don't think a flag was thrown, Ed, but boy, they came up a little bit upset.
Mask to mask, and a couple of the Case offensive linemen dragged Caldrick out of the fray, and Sam Thompson, the cornerback, dragged Kresge out of the fray.
Yeah, he tackled Kresge there. He might get a tackle on the stat sheet for that one. Now Whalen goes back to throw. 4 receivers in the game. He wanted to unload it there, but now he'll tuck it and run. Slides down at about the 27-yard line. Picks up 3 yards. There was a second there. Whalen was ready to unload it deep downfield, but thought better of it. And holds that one for another play. 2nd down for the Spartans.
Well, Whalen still managed to pick up almost 5 yards on the play. Carnegie Mellon looked like they were offside on that play. Andrew Metalbuck looked to be in the neutral zone.
Whalen will roll out to his right, looks downfield, man open. It's caught out there. That is Holmick at the 35-yard line, lunges ahead near the 36. It's a first down for Case. all the way out at the 36-yard line. 7-3 Spartans, 5:38 to go in the second quarter. We mentioned at halftime we'll visit with Vinny Hokevar. We'll also talk Case Wrestling at halftime with Jake Kornblatt, a senior wrestler on this year's team captain for the Spartans. That's all coming up at the half today. Dan Whalen will call out the signals. Meyer is checked into the backfield. 3 receivers on the left. Colasar is the man out wide. Whalen will roll back to throw. He wants to take another shot downfield. Has time in the pocket. Now he'll flip it out to DJ Sutka. Sutka to the 40-yard line, to the 45, and out of bounds. Whalen bought enough time and finally checked down to Sutka, the tight end, who makes his 17th catch of the year, and the Spartans have another first down.
Well, and nicely with another block, big time on Stanley, this time on Stanley Onimba, the inside linebacker, and Onimba's not getting up.
Another Carnegie player shaken up there. That's the third of the day.
Well, and that's the player that nicely really laid out. Onimba turned the corner pursuing Sutka, and here came nicely and just popped him one at the 45.
Case will be at home next Saturday for a noon start against WashU. And that will be the regular season finale. And Case, if things go well here today, could be looking for their 3rd consecutive undefeated regular season. A long way to go in this one, of course, but that could be the scenario next Saturday at Case Field. We hope to see you out, and wouldn't it be great to have weather like this next Saturday, but we may be asking too much. With 65 degrees here at Carnegie Mellon, about 85 here in the booth, but I'm not complaining.
Could be a lot worse.
Oh, it could be so much worse. What a beautiful day for a college football game here in Pittsburgh. 5:26 to go in the second quarter. We have no numbers to share yet, but we will have those at halftime. And the Spartans leading it by a score of 7-3. Whalen with a 29-yard touchdown pass to Zach Homick. Elliot Carnival with a 24-yard field goal for Carnegie Mellon. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Case took the ensuing possession, marched down the field to score. Case with 2 fumbles lost today. All right, now Case leading it by 4, 7-3, coming off a 38-24 win last week at the University of Chicago. I was telling people all week, Ed, about all the things we learned about Amos Alonzo Stagg last week at Chicago. The applause you hear in the background is for Stanley Onimba, who gets up and walks off the field under his own power. Amos Alonzo Stagg, the inventor of the huddle, the tackling dummy, the varsity letter,
and the end-around reverse. Put that in the playbook, and Newt Rockney said all football goes through Stagg.
Onimba walking off, gets to the sideline here. And we're ready to resume action with 5:26 to go in the second quarter. To the bright sunny skies here at Gesling Stadium at Carnegie Mellon University. Beautiful setting for Division III football. Whalen gets a new play sent in from the shotgun. Chekin is in. They will hand it straight up the middle to Corey Chekin, and he fights his way forward. He'll have a short gain here as they stuff the run right up the middle. Clock continues to move. It'll be second down for Case. They bring Chekin in on the first down play.
Well, maybe even more impressive about the stadium here at Carnegie Mellon is the addition that they've made since we were here 2 years ago. And the student sports bar.
That overlooks the field behind the visiting bench. Very nicely done. It was under construction when we were here 2 years ago, but very nice. A lot of folks watching the game from the sports bar area. Whalen to throw. He'll wing it out to Cowdrick near the sideline. Across the 45. Drug down inbounds for first down yardage, an 8-yard pickup. And Cowdrick is out down at the 42-yard line, and that's the first down marker. 1st and 10 Spartan. Mellon territory. Leading at 7-3, 4.5 to go, second quarter. Whalen will work under center here. 3 receivers to the left. Sutka is lined up at tight end on the right side. Whalen changes the play. Whalen takes the snap. He'll go back, fake a handoff. He'll roll out to the right. Goes to Sutka again, makes the catch. 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line as Sutka, the tight end, makes the catch. His second of the day. And the Spartans pick up 12 yards as they go to the senior DJ Sutka.
Well, and that time Tim Koundrick and Michael Redner into it a little bit after the play as Redner gave Koundrick a shove just as Sutka had picked up the first down.
Spartans marching down the field right now, leading at 7-3. 1st and 10 from the Tartan 30-yard line. Same formation here. Bush is in there with Whalen in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. Sutka lined up at tight end on the right side of the formation. Whalen rolls left this time. They're coming after him. He gets rid of it on the run and throws it just out of the reach of Koundrick. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Well, they were right on the back of Dan Whalen. Nearly coming up with the sack was Tom Todd, the junior outside linebacker out of Mount Lebanon High School here in the Pittsburgh area. 2nd down and 10.
A lot of local products on this team. For Carnegie Mellon, their head coach, a graduate of Carnegie Mellon, was an all-conference player when he played here in the late 70s for Carnegie Mellon.
Yeah, Rich Lackner has had a great career here as a player and head coach. Whalen in the pocket, waits, fires, hits Colasar with a pass, down to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown Spartans. 30-yard touchdown pass as Whalen stood in the pocket, waited on Colasar, and hit him in stride on the crossing route, and he had a 4-lane highway into the end zone.
Well, and that's a courage throw for Dan Whalen. He stood in the pocket, and then rolling, he stopped and waited. And the way that defense has been pursuing Whalen from Carnegie Mellon, that took a lot to stand there in the pocket and wait for Colasar to clear out.
Sam Coffey on to attempt the point after with 3:28 to go here in the second quarter. There is the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Coffey makes it a 14-3 lead for the Spartans. Whalen with 2 touchdown passes today. We'll take a timeout. Back with more in 30 seconds on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Are you looking for somewhere to go after the game? Then come head down to the Euclid Tavern and enjoy our great food and entertainment. We'll be your football headquarters all season long, playing all the top games on our big screen TV. Plus, stop in with an appetite throughout the week and take advantage of our delicious food specials. Tacos are 50 cents on Tuesdays, 35-cent wing nights on Wednesday, and be there on Thursdays for college ID night with a live DJ. Come check out the Euclid Tavern, located on Euclid Avenue, just minutes from the Case campus.
Case's Spartan Football on the Word.
Ryan Colasar, a 30-yard touchdown pass from Dan Whalen. Whalen's second of the day, his 30th of the year. Ryan Colasar with his 3rd touchdown catch. Who was it that predicted a big game for Ryan Colasar today?
That's the Nostradamus sitting next to me.
3:28 to play. Here's the kickoff from Sam Coffey. Out to the Carnegie Mellon 7-yard line. Actually, it's inside the 5. Brought back upfield across the 20, down to the 25-yard line.
That's Nardone on the return for Carnegie Mellon.
Nardone with a nice return of about 20 yards. And it's 1st and 10. Carnegie Mellon moving left to right. 3:21 to go. Spartans now leading by a score of 14-3. Touchdown passes to Homick and to Colasar. Well, that was a very nice play by Dan Whalen, biding his time back there. Did not panic and waited on the play to develop and threw a strike to Colasar, who
and even more
burst into the end zone.
More important, that defense got to rest for a good part of 3.5 minutes on clock time.
Pratt straight up the middle. Boy, this guy gets out quickly, hits the holes well, and he's out to the 35, 8-yard pickup for Pratt. It'll be 2nd down, about 2 for the Tartans as the clock approaches the 3-minute mark. Justin Pratt, 6 feet tall, 215 pounds. He's out of Bethel Park, PA. He's racked up some pretty impressive passing yardage, or I should say a rushing yardage here in the first half. We'll check those numbers at halftime. They will go and hand this ball on the end around. Carried this time by Jake Nardone, the freshman. Gets out across the 40 near the 45-yard line before he's finally tackled by Zach Haas.
Well, one of the staples of a wing T offense is quick, athletic offensive linemen. And for Carnegie Mellon, they only go about 240 up front per man. And that's a very small offensive line compared to what Case has seen over the last few weeks. But they act as one unit.
They'll go to Pratt again. He gets hit by Jeff Brown near the 45-yard line. They'll give him forward progress, though, out to the 47. That's a very favorable spot. Second down for the Carnegie Mellon Tartans. They'll pick up 1 on the play. Second down and 9 from the 47. They're still operating in their own territory right now with under 2 to go in the second quarter. Case leading at 14-3. Pantalone takes the snap. They will hand it up the middle, out near midfield. We'll leave them with a long third down coming up here. Ball carrier on that play again was Nardone. They went right back to the freshman. .128 to play. Clock continues to move here in the second quarter. Case with 2 touchdown strikes from Dan Whalen, trying to go 9-0 on the season. 29-game regular season winning streak for the Spartans on the line today. Back to throw. Pantalone fires it in stride to Brendan Howe. Makes the catch. Brad Paramore gets him from behind at about the 35-yard line. They pick up 15 and a first down.
They'll stop the clock while they reset the chains. And Carnegie Mellon won't have to use the timeout, but Mellon is not a hurry-up offense. They just don't have the mindset to race to the line of scrimmage. They huddle on every play regardless of the time.
They do have 3 timeouts to work with. They have not used one yet in the first half. 52 seconds left. Pantalone will call out the signals. Nardone goes in motion. Back to throw. Pantalone rolls to the right. Has time. Dumps it off to Pratt. Makes the catch. He's hit and tackled at the 30-yard line. And they will spend a timeout here. 5-yard pickup. They'll be looking at a second down play. The officials stopped the clock, but I've not seen them whistle or signal for a timeout, but it is a timeout taken by Carnegie Mellon. We'll take one as well. 38 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Back after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
How to explain the new RTA Healthline to the stratosphere.
Hey, Stratosphere, down here. Yeah, up on the roof. Yeah, so you know how you like having a stable temperature and an abundant supply of oxygen? Well, good news, Sky. The new RTA Healthline vehicle that zooms down Euclid Avenue is powered by hybrid technology. It produces like 90% less emissions, so give it up. High five. Oh, don't leave me hanging, Stratosphere. Seriously, high five.
The RTA Healthline, pumping new life into Cleveland.
WHKW Cleveland, WHKZ Warren. This is a special sports presentation of Case Athletics, Spartan football on the Word.
Glorious fall afternoon here in Pittsburgh. 38 seconds left to go. Second quarter, 14-3. Case leading Carnegie Mellon UAA play today. Both of these teams 1-0 in the conference. Pantalone will call out the signals. Fakes a pitch, goes back to throw, wings it downfield, and it is incomplete. It bounced to the intended receiver, Alex Lum. Incomplete. He slid down at the 20 trying to make the catch, but it'll be third down and 5.
Well, both the umpire in the middle of the field and the linesman on the far side of the field signaled incomplete. They didn't hesitate. They ran over to the play and signaled incomplete. They knew it was incomplete. They just got themselves in position and made the call.
Brad Paramore of the Spartans was also calling incomplete, but I think he was just trying to influence the decision. 32 seconds left, second quarter. Spartans by 11, 14-3. Back to throw. Pantalone, third down and 5. Steps up in the pocket, gets rid of it. Howe makes the catch, and he is tackled at the 18-yard line. First down. Howe makes the catch, and they will use another timeout. We will take a timeout as well with 24 seconds left. Carnegie Mellon with 1 timeout left. It'll be 1st and 10 Tartans after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Looking for a convenient and upscale hotel for your next visit to Case? The DoubleTree Hotel Cleveland Downtown Lakeside is an official hotel sponsor for Case Athletics. Just 10 minutes from campus, the DoubleTree offers the Stadium 3 Bar and Grill, Starbucks, the Sweet Dreams bedding package, attached parking, complimentary shuttle, indoor pool, and a warm DoubleTree cookie at check-in. Contact the hotel at 216-241-5100 for a special $89 rate. We'll take care of you while you cheer on the Spartans. The DoubleTree Hotel Cleveland Downtown Lakeside, a proud sponsor of Case Athletics.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
Howe makes the catch. They'll mark the football at the 23-yard line. First down and 10. They pick up 7 on the pass play. And the Tartans keep the drive alive. 24 seconds left. They do have one timeout left. So they are matriculating the ball down the field here, Ed, and trying to punch it in before the end of the half. Case leading it by a score of 14-3. Look at this, 3-receiver set for Carnegie Mellon.
It's about as close to the run and shoot as they get.
You get Jonathan Stasso in as a wide receiver. They'll throw. Pantalone aiming for the sideline. Brendan Howe makes the catch. Steps out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Well, Howe just ran Bobby Bott all the way to the 5-yard line, and Bott figured he was headed to the end zone. They were going to take a shot. Howe stopped and came back. Little stop route to the outside, and Pantalone hit him right on the edge hash marks. He stepped out of bounds for the first down and to stop the clock.
Brendan Howe, the 6'5" wide receiver out of Grosse Pointe, Michigan, catches that one for a 14-yard pickup. Ducks out of bounds with 19 seconds left. 10-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Carnegie Mellon operating in Case territory. Pantalone to throw for the end zone, looking for Howe. Bot there defensively. Pass too high, out of reach. Howe got a hand on it, but it's incomplete with 15 seconds left.
Well, Mellon still has one timeout, so they still can take a shot to the middle of the field. They don't have to worry about spiking the football, as they have a timeout to stop the clock.
Elliot Carnival, his longest field goal of the year is a 28-yarder. Second and 10 from the 10. Pantalone fakes a handoff, rolls out, looking to throw, gets rid of it as he is hit. It's incomplete. Well, he did get rid of the football before Dale English wipes him out back at the 20-yard line.
Mellon had to
third down.
Been the NFL. English would have been called for a personal foul. English really planted Pantalone in the turf.
Third down and goal from the 10-yard line. Now 10 seconds left in the second quarter. They do have one timeout left if they need to use it. They'll take a shot here, and then if they don't make it, use the timeout to be able to set up the field goal. Pratt is in the backfield. Nardone in motion, and we've got movement on the line. Flags come out. This will be a false start penalty against Carnegie Mellon.
It's going to be Chris Garcia was the wingman on the near side, the right side of the formation, and he took a step forward, maybe off the wing, but at the same time, Nardone was in motion, and so they were going to get him either for an illegal shift or a false start.
15-yard line will be the line of scrimmage. They have not used a timeout here. The officials, I think, are adjusting the clock, perhaps. 10 seconds on the clock. Third down and 15 from the 15. Got a new place in here.
See, now that penalty is really going to hurt Carnegie Mellon, because if they don't pick up any yardage here, then you're looking at a 32-yard field goal, and they're down to 7 on the play clock. They could lose another 5 yards if they don't get the snap off.
Pantalone will go
and
from
he's
the
not going to get it off.
Now he does get the snap back, stands in the pocket, fires it far side of the field, incomplete. Pantalone again pays the prices. He is knocked down by Doolin and English. He was looking on the far sideline for Lum, and they will send in the field goal unit.
Well, now you're talking a 32-yard field goal, which is beyond the long this year for Carnegie Mellon.
Elliot Carnival had a 24-yard field goal in the first quarter. He'll set up here for a 32-yard attempt with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Here is the snap. The hold is good. Here is the kick, end-over-end kick, and it is going to be no good. Wide right. Carnival misfires, and Carnegie Mellon comes away empty-handed after a long possession that got them as close as the 10-yard line. The penalty marched them back 5 yards, and that cost them the points.
Ellen Case will have one more play before the half is over.
1 second remains here in the second quarter. The Spartans leading at 14-3. They bring the offensive unit back out. They'll have the football at the 20-yard line. Looks like Case will just be content with the 14-3 lead. 1 second left. They will line up around Whalen. He will take a knee, and that brings us to the end of the first half. Good first half for Case, coming in here against University Athletic Association foe Carnegie Mellon, and Case leads it by a score of 14-3 here at halftime at Gesling Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 14-3, an 11-point lead for the 7th-ranked Spartans. Our halftime show is coming up in just a moment. We'll be visiting with Vinny Hokevar, the freshman quarterback out of Perry. We'll also check in with Jake Kornblatt, senior wrestler on the Spartans wrestling team. They get their season started today. A little later, Ed will check all of the first half stats. We'll have analysis for you as we get you set for the start of the third quarter coming up in just a few moments. Stay with us. More to come on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Spartan football on AM 1220, The Word. The Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services believe that every child needs a family, especially teenagers, yet there are hundreds that don't have one. Listen as this young lady shares her story.
I'm 23 years old and a college graduate. After I aged out of foster care, I thought, wow, I'm 18, I'm grown, I've been through a lot, and now I can finally make decisions for myself. What I didn't know is that I would no longer have anyone to depend on. I then went to college and lived on my own. However, shortly after, I then became homeless. If I'd known that I would have been homeless my first year of college, sleeping in my car with nowhere to go during holiday breaks, I would have been more acceptable of adoption.
Please contact the Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services for more information on becoming a foster or an adoptive parent at 216-881-5775. That number again is 216-881-5775. What every child needs, family.
Welcome back to our halftime show. It's the Spartans at Carnegie Mellon today against the Tartans on the road, and we welcome Vinny Hokevar, the freshman quarterback for Case Western Reserve today, seeing some time at defensive back as well. And Vinny, welcome to our broadcast coverage. It's been a great year for you guys so far. You've had a chance to be part of it, getting some time at quarterback, and really could not have asked for a better experience to start your college career, right?
It's been great. Coming right into a program that's undefeated and won 28 straight regular season games, it's a place where I want to be, and I'm learning, and I'm trying to get better every week, and I'm just trying to make the best of my situation.
Talking with some of the coaches earlier this year, you had some bumps and bruises and some JV action. How are you feeling physically right now?
Well, we had our last JV game a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been taking a whole lot of hits during practice, so I'm pretty much, whenever I get my call, I'll be ready to go.
As far as your quarterbacking position this year, you have really had the opportunity to feel legitimately like you're going to play every week. Both you and Joey Baum have seen some significant minutes in some lopsided games. Does that help you prepare to know that, hey, I've really got a shot to get in, so I better be ready?
Yeah. Coach DiCarlo, quarterback coach, really prepares Joey, Dan, and myself to be ready for whatever happens. So we all get the same amount of reps, and we're all on the same page with the offense. And we know that once we get in, we know the offense front and back, and we'll be able to perform.
It was a few weeks ago. You had your first rushing touchdown when you dove in from a yard out. How did that feel to score on the college level?
It was pretty cool. After I got in, the whole team kind of congratulated me. I felt kind of bad, though, because they called a tight formation, and a couple of the senior running backs came in, and I thought I was just going to, pad their stats, and they called a quarterback wedge. And I could hear some of the guys behind me chit-chat, kind of a little disappointed with the call, but they don't really care that much.
Well, Vinny, as we said, a little bit short-handed this week due to some injuries. You're going to step in and play a little bit of safety, and that's not a new position for you. You played that in high school out at Perry.
Yeah. With Greg Kingscott's injury, we're a little bit low in depth at safety, and the coaches came up to me this week asked if I would step in and back up that position, and I told them I'd be more than happy to. And I started 4 years in high school at safety, so it's nice to get my feet wet again in defense.
You'll have a chance to join a defensive unit that has been extremely effective this year. That's a nice two-way dynamic to have, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. A couple of the offensive guys are giving me a hard time because I'm on the offensive side of the locker room and wearing that opposite colored jersey in practice. They joke around a little bit, but I've gotten to know a lot more guys on a more personal level playing with defense now, so it's been fun these past couple days in practice.
From the standpoint of just preparing yourself on the defensive side of the football, making hits, making tackles when you haven't really been doing that, is that a tough adjustment from a physical standpoint as far as standing up to that?
It is kind of tough. It's been a year since I've actually tackled someone, and I haven't really drilled at all tackling or working on blocks, getting off blocks, but defense is all about just flying around and trying to make a play and being an athlete, and that's what all the other 10 guys on the team are doing, so you just got to try and fit in and play football.
Vinny, as you approached the end of your high school career and you started looking at your college choices, tell us about what went into your decision to come to Case and ultimately continue your academic and athletic career here.
Well, the number one reason I wanted to come to Case is because it had one of the best engineering programs, and bar none, it was my number one choice after my high school career ended, and having a successful football program just patted it on, and it was an easy decision for me and my family.
Vinny, we appreciate the chance to catch up with you here, and best of luck today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
All right, that's Vinny Hokevar joining us here on our halftime show. We'll have more coming up from Carnegie Mellon in just a moment on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Everyone needs rest for the mind and body. Plan your R&R getaway at the Intercontinental Cleveland or Intercontinental Suites Cleveland with the Cleveland Plus Pass package starting at only $155 per night, plus tax. Treat yourself to comfortable accommodations, overnight valet parking, and a 2-day Cleveland Plus Pass to as many as 10 nearby attractions. The Intercontinental is located just 1 mile west of University Circle in Cleveland's Cultural Corridor. Call 216-707-4100. That's 216-707-4100. Or visit IntercontinentalCleveland.com.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at RascalHousePizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep. And see you after at Rascal House.
Money, 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 ooh, baby! You're gonna save a ton of it this weekend. Man, it's taken weeks to put together, and it's finally here. I can't believe it. Over 500 Hondas have been assembled at one central location for your shopping convenience this holiday weekend. J Honda on the Bedford Auto Mile is the event location. Every Civic, Accord, Pilot, Odyssey, CRV, and Hybrid will be clearly marked and discounted. There's smoking low leases and smoking low rates this weekend. Only at J Honda. If you're buying a Honda this weekend, why would you go anywhere else?
Don't you just love Christmas music? Classic words and music to keep the focus on Christ. The Inspirational Choir, Symphony Orchestra, and scripture readings by R.C. Sproul make this a Christmas classic which will inspire and bless.
And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us.
Call 800-435-4343 now to get your copy of The Word Became Flesh for a gift of any amount. Get The Word Became Flesh for a gift of any amount. Call now to get your copy, 1-800-435-4343. Again, that's 1-800-435-4343.
Hi, I'm Lee Strobel, author of The Case for Christ. I really didn't know much about eHarmony.com until my daughter Allison met her husband Dan through this truly unique relationship site. I've seen firsthand how eHarmony matches people based on areas of compatibility like values, character, and faith. That's why eHarmony worked for my daughter, and that's why I recommend eHarmony to all single Christians.
Go to eHarmony.com today and review your compatible matches free.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
Continuing on our halftime show today as the Spartans take on the Carnegie Mellon Tartans here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We welcome in Jake Kornblatt, senior wrestler out of Madison, Wisconsin. And Jake, we appreciate you taking some time to join us here. And let's start with just some of your overall impressions of the team so far in preseason practice and what you think you're capable of accomplishing this year.
The team is doing well. It's a young team, but we also have some solid guys coming back. We're all working hard. We're all doing what we need to be doing, and we're helping each other out. We're taking the season under our own hands, and we are leading on our own. And we're like I said, we're doing what we need to do, and we are making sure everybody's accountable.
As a senior, a team leader position, I'm sure. How do you feel about that role on the team for yourself?
I really appreciate that role. It's always been kind of informal. Just I'm the guy that's been around the longest, so I've been to all the tournaments 3 times before, so I kind of know where it's going. But also I enjoy leading conditioning and things like that after at the end of practice. But I call on the other leaders on the team to help me out. I feel it's a group effort. It's not just me.
Making the rounds a few times, do you still get kind of fired up for your first meet, first time you get back on the mat?
Definitely, yeah. It's always exciting. Always competing is an incredible feeling. And whenever you're out on the mat with that other guy, it's just another world.
Jake, what weight class do you wrestle at?
157 most likely, maybe 165.
When you talk about the 10 weight classes in a meet, is the technique and the competition pretty much the same across weight classes, or will you see different types of moves among different weight classes?
There's definitely a range. I guess you could say the smaller guys are quicker and more agile, and it's easier for them to manipulate each other. The bigger guys, that they stand around more and they have a little bit more. When something happens, it's more exciting. But usually those are lower scoring matches, and down low, they're all down in the lower weight classes. They are moving all the time.
Wrestling is sort of an interesting dynamic because it's a team sport, but it's also very individualized, where individual wrestlers can move on and have postseason success and the team may not, or vice versa. Do you guys try to emphasize the team concept, or do you just hope as many guys as possible can do well individually?
You have to take care of yourself, first of all, and then the team comes along with it. But during practice, we are definitely very much of a team. We help each other out, and we're working together to make each other stronger. As they say, iron sharpens iron, or whatever the phrase is. But when you're out on the mat, it's just you, and nobody else can answer for that. Us being a smaller team, we don't always have a full lineup, so it's harder for us to compete in the dual meets. But we always have a couple of guys that are going out and trailblazing and doing well on their own. That always pulls the team along. So we are a team in the way that we support each other, but ultimately we go out there and wrestle for ourselves.
You have a great coach in Bob Del Rosa. He's been a Case for 48 years now. Now that you're heading into your senior season, what are some of your thoughts on what you've learned from Bob and the things you'll remember about being an athlete on his team?
Wow, Coach D is great. It's great having that perspective, and he knows everybody. So I always feel like I'm taken care of with him. I always feel like he knows what's going on, and he's seen it before, and he has that experience to help guide us. And everywhere we go, he feels comfortable, and that makes us feel comfortable.
Jake, you had an interesting experience last year through a special co-op study program. You had a chance to study abroad in Argentina. What was that experience like, and what did you take out of it? How did it change your perspective?
that was an incredible experience, something that I knew I had to do to expand my worldview and see how other people do it, especially down South America, how they live their lives, and that perspective. I got to wrestle down there as well, which was great, and compete. That was I also study Spanish, so that helped me with those credits and gave me that immersion. But I felt like I needed to see more of the world and get a wider perspective.
Jake, we appreciate the chance to catch up with you here. We're glad you spent a few minutes with us. Good luck today as you open the season and all this year. We'll be looking for those results, and we wish you all the best.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.